everybody, this is Dr. Richard Cherney on the Daily Blue, welcoming you into another episode of Journey into Awareness with Jamie Love. As you can see, she's not on the screen because Jamie has a stomach virus today. So, I'm missing my co-host from San Diego, but we're sending her some positive white light and healing energy. But the show must go on, however. So we love you, Jamie. We hope we know you're going to get better by next week, and the show must go on. And I'd like to introduce to you another show host here on the Daily Blue, and she's also the beautiful poet who wrote these two books, My Pink Ribbons and Hope. It's my pleasure to introduce to you Kate Fox.
Hi, Dr. Richard. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Thank you for being here.
My pleasure.
Kate, tell me and the audience what the books of poetry are about.
Well, these books are my breast cancer journey. I have been writing really since I'm 12 years old. I am a poet. It's how I keep track of my feelings, how I communicate. It's my type of journaling. And when I was diagnosed with breast cancer, I just, as normal, as I would always do, I wrote and I wrote and I wrote. And what I realized as I was getting prepared for my first breast cancer walk as a survivor, I said, well, I have enough for a book. And so I actually reached out to a mentor of mine who is a published poet, a professor, and I asked her opinion, and she said, oh yes, you have to publish this. And so it was a fast and furious journey. From say October, when I got the idea, I submitted it to my publisher the end of December of 2013, and by the first week of January they said, yes, we want it and we'll publish it. So that was my story. I wanted to share my story with people. It's full of my humor, as you're familiar with.
Yes.
And
dry,
just
biting wit.
And,
ladies and gentlemen, dry, biting wit.
And what I like to think of as positivity. And it's gotten great response. I've had a lot of people say that it touched them and resonated with them, whether they've had cancer, whether they haven't. Whether they've had the same experience as I did, or we've had differences, and that sort of inspired me to publish my second book, Hope, which was inspired by my first evening. I did a speech for the American Cancer Society right when My Pink Ribbons came out, and after meeting these amazing women that had gone through so much more than I did, the next morning I got up and I just wrote I wrote a poem called Hope, and I said, oh, I have another book coming. And that's sort of what I do.
Wonderful. Isn't she inspiring, everybody? She inspires me today. How are you inspired? Think about that. And we'll be back after these messages on the Daily Blue.
Hi everyone, I'm Corinne Caro here with Daniel M., host of Front Row on the Daily Blue. Daniel, you've been doing a great job. I love having you here at the Daily Blue. A little close right here. Tell us what you look for in a guest.
You know what? I like when people have a certain style and an opinion about fashion, fitness, grooming, anything that really is an inspiration to the viewers.
I've noticed I've never been on your show, Daniel.
Well, we're going to have to fix that.
Oh, so I do have style?
You do have style.
Winning.
Doesn't mean we can't go shopping, though.
Oh, great. See you on the Front Row every week on thedailyblue.com. Thanks so much.
Hi everybody, welcome back to Journey into Awareness with Dr. Richard Cherney, Jamie Love, and our guest, Kate Fox. So Kate was talking to us about how her poetry kind of came out of her experience as a breast cancer survivor, and how inspiring that was. So it inspired her to do things. It energized you, and it led to your healing process, from what I can glean out of what you're speaking of. Can we go further back in your life?
Sure.
And may I ask you, and also the audience is probably interested to know, and Jamie too, because she's here in spirit, what inspired you in life? And who were your first mentors?
Oh my, what inspired me in life? Just people trying to take care of one another. As I said, I've always written. it's something that I was born with, so I've gravitated to people like that.
So you always had the writing bug.
Yes, I was an actress.
You was an actress?
I was an actress.
She was an actress.
That's what I've trained in.
Really?
So I've always had sort of a creative energy about me, and different people, if you will.
Elizabethan actress, or?
No. Just a run-of-the-mill actress.
Really? Have you been on television?
No, I did not do television, besides a commercial or two. I am a stage actress, primarily musical theater. That's what my degree is in.
So you sing?
I do.
Oh.
I do. Mostly in the car now.
Okay.
I do concerts when my children are not in the car. But yeah, so I have that. I've always had different people around me, creative people,
Artistic people.
People who didn't necessarily follow the norm, if you will, and that's always inspired me. You know, I've always gravitated to those who were just, well, I guess a little different, like me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it's
quirky, out of the box people.
Yeah. And it's
Yes.
they're energizing though.
Yes, they are.
You know, because they're so
Yes, we are.
Yeah. Yes, and well, that's why when you and I sit in the office, we get goosebumps constantly.
Yes, exactly.
And just feed off of each other
Yeah.
because the energy.
First time I met Miss Fox here, I felt like I knew her forever. It was that kind of a connection, and that happens very infrequently. I had that connection, or I have it, with Jamie Love, and you know, that's kind of an amazing thing because we're across the country, and like whenever we get together, you know, we just feel like we're right next to each other. So it's kind of that way. I met your daughter Rebecca, and she's amazing. That little woman there, she just blows me away with her talent. You posted some videos of her on Facebook playing the piano and singing.
Yes. She is, well, she's an inspiration, I have to say. She is, you know, I like to tell people, and she's also a poet. She's a published poet.
Oh my goodness.
She is teaching herself like Japanese. She's
That's
an
a hard
artist.
language.
But I
Wow.
tell people that if I had even a bit of her talent when I was her age, I would have been on Broadway because she is just exquisite.
Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. It must. Do you see any of you in Rebecca?
I do, but usually because she is a teenager now, I see the disagreeable parts. I see her creativity, I see her difference, if you will, her uniqueness.
Yes.
And that reminds me of me. But as a mother, what I most see is a stubborn girl who doesn't want to be bothered with her mother sometimes,
Right.
but she's a good egg. And oh gosh, I'm so lucky to have her and my son.
Yes, and she's lucky to have you too. Are you embracing your difference? Are you feeling a little bit out of the box today? Perhaps more than you realize? Something to think about as we take a break here on the Daily Blue. We'll see you after these messages.
Hi everyone, I'm Lydia Shepanuski,
And I'm Bradley Siegel.
and we are here to talk about The Law. Now, The Law is a brand new web TV show that will be brought to you by the New York Boutique Lawyers Networking Group, and it will be seen only on The Daily Blue.
Each time you tune in, you're going to get an opportunity to learn from some of the most knowledgeable legal professionals and others about topics that affect you every day.
And we're going to be bringing you that information in a very approachable, yet a little edgy, and very informative and fun kind of way.
You're going to, at the same time, you're going to take away information that's going to be meaningful and helpful in your daily lives.
So check us out on the Daily Blue, and for more information, just stay tuned right after this promo, and you'll see how you can get in touch with us.
We look forward to seeing you soon.
Take care.
Bye.
And we're back. I'm Dr. Richard Cherney on Journey into Awareness with Jamie Love here on the Daily Blue and our guest Kate Fox. I'd like to ask Kate, in closing, what new projects she has on the horizon. First and foremost, any new projects for you on the horizon?
I do actually. I have a third book of poetry that has been completed. It is not about my cancer experience. It is something that I wrote for my publisher. They actually had a contest, 30 poems in 30 days for National Poetry Month. And we had to pick a topic, a theme, and stick to that theme. And I received honorable mention for my manuscript. I'm just holding off on that because Hope just came out in May. And I'm also actually going to be working with Jamie on a project.
Yes,
Which
she told me the other day.
I'm very excited about it. And she and I, you and I, as you said, we had this whole, I'm getting the goosebumps now. But we had this whole energy when we first met, and
Yes.
it's crazy. And I had the same energy with Jamie when we met.
Yes.
And I'm so excited about it.
Yes. We're not going to tip our hand about that.
No,
but
we're not.
We're going to talk about it at a later date. Jamie is a flower child, for
Oh,
sure.
yes.
Okay? She is a daughter of the age of Aquarius, for sure. And she steps to the beat of a different drum. And you are the perfect person to work with and collaborate with her on this project. And I
I'm
can't wait to
thrilled.
see what's going to happen, but it's going to be wonderful. In closing, ladies and gentlemen, people out there of all ages, I would like Kate to read some of her poetry from one of her books. And then we'll just see you next time here on Journey into Awareness with Dr. Richard Cherney, Jamie Love, and sometimes Piglet too. Have a wonderful day, everybody. And remember to love yourself and other people around you and appreciate where you are, who you are, and then you will always have ease in your life and be at peace. See you next time here on the Daily Blue and Journey into Awareness. Take it away, Kate.
Okay. Well, Dr. Richard, I would actually like to read a poem from my Pink Ribbons, because one of the things that I like to say, I'm a bit of a Pollyanna about my experience because it was so positive, and I was so lucky, and I know very much how other women, other men as well, have had such a more difficult road. But this poem, I think, just sort of explains my experience when I knew I was at a crossroads. And it is called Relief. Awash in tears of relief as my decision settles in and becomes more real. Not just a date, but a direction. I close my eyes, inhale deeply, and feel blessed that I had a choice. And that's really what I'm all about.
Golf applause. Wonderful.
Thank you.
Come back again.
I will. Thank you.
See you, everybody. Love you.